Hello there ladies and gentlemen, I'm Paul TX14 Walsh, welcoming you to part 3 of our Hitman Professional Silent Assassin Suit Only playthrough. Today we travel to Marrakesh in Morocco, and without further ado, let's get into the briefing.
Good afternoon, 47. Your destination is Marrakesh, Morocco, where civil riots are looming. Your targets are private banker Klaus Strandberg and Army General Reza Zaidan, two of the conspirators in a sinister plot to overthrow Morocco's fragile government. Strandberg, a former bank CEO who stole billions of dollars worth of savings from the Moroccan people, was facing trial for investment fraud. But early this morning, a band of heavily armed mercenaries freed Strandberg from his prison transport, resulting in the death of several police officers. Strandberg now takes refuge at his native Swedish consulate, in front of which crowds of angry protesters have gathered, demanding his handover to Moroccan authorities. We believe General Zaidan orchestrated Strandberg's escape to infuriate the public and spark nationwide riots, allowing Zaidan to impose martial law. Operating out of a field HQ at a nearby abandoned school, he will no doubt use the riots to depict the Rabat government as weak and inept, and persuade the general staff to support a fully fledged military coup in the name of national security. Our client, building contractor Hamilton Lowe, who stands to lose a fortune in government contracts, has hired us to prevent the coup d'etat. To do so, you need to paralyze Zaidan's rebel forces and prevent the riots from escalating further, hence the double contract. This is quite the political powder keg, 47, so be careful. The fate of a nation is at stake. I will leave you to prepare.
Okie dokie, so we've got two targets, and as we can see, we're using the same build as in all the other missions so far. The concealed weapon, the ICA-19, 47 signature suit, the 3 coins, the fibre wire, and our starting location is the default, the bazaar entrance. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. Okay, so doing this mission involves me breaking it up into 2 parts, and I have to skip the intro for part 1, which is killing the general. Now the odd thing about this one is I personally find the NPCs, i.e. the soldiers in particular, are very different in terms of when they see suspicious activity and when they don't. And their detection radii are significantly enhanced compared to what I experienced on Sapienza in Mission 2. So as a result, we have to have moments where we're sprinting, such as now, and moments where we're just walking. Such as with the headmaster here. If we were to run up the stairs, he would have heard us and come and investigate and then told us to bugger off because we're trespassing on his property. And it's the same with the guard here. I am, as he goes to look at the wall, going to knock him out, but I have to walk over because otherwise the 2 guards in the alleyway down below will overhear my footsteps and come up to investigate. Now this is not a problem because I haven't been seen by either of the 2 up on the roof, but the problem is the fact I'm now going to proceed to take out 3 guards all in a row, and they are on the path that a guard in that alleyway would rotate back on after he's gone to that rooftop, which I can't afford to have happen.
I heard it. His brother was one of the policemen who got killed when the Marks attacked Strandberg's prison transport this morning. So he got cold feet, tried to blow the lid on the whole operation. Not smart, but pretty human. I'm just glad I wasn't picked for the firing squad. I hear you.
Okay, so with that conversation over, guard number 1, I'm going to move him immediately and pick up his rifle. So that way I move 2 items with 1 stone, or with 1 man in this case. Okay, his arm isn't quite out the way. I'll come back and deal with him in a minute. I don't have time to make it perfect. Throw a coin to get the second guard to move, whilst the other one who he was talking to is looking down the hole. This guy's in a good position now. I can drop the rifle. Now just wait. Come on. Good man. Grab the wrench. We don't need to pick up the coin. This guy, the 3rd guy who was originally in the conversation, he's drinking. He's out. Jump down. Jump down again. Can move reasonably fast as these guys come out of doing their push-ups. We're not going to run anymore because otherwise the instructor is going to come and have a look. But we'll turn on the radio to get his attention and cause these guys to do 20 more push-ups. Sorry guys. Wait for him to walk past. Go. Okay, now hopping over here.
Now to locate
Perfect
General
timing.
Zaydan.
Mr. what would be west to east has rotated to look east, and the guy who patrols this bottom level corridor from south to north and back is looking south currently, which is the right timing, as Zaydan has just walked into the room which I need to kill him in. So what's happening right now? Well, I'm waiting for these two guys to rotate. I turn their backs. Now I'm going to quickly run up the stairs there and go along a ledge to essentially get to Zaydan. Come on, number 2. Now, if I've timed it right, Zaydan will not have started his conversation in the desired room yet. If I get it wrong, he'll have had this conversation and he'll be getting rotating around the school and do a full lap, go and take a talk to the prisoner, etc. And unfortunately, it looks as though this time, because I've done a number of trial runs to see what the percentage chance is, it's about 50-50, Zaydan is already going through the school circuit. So I'm just going to sit behind a set of boxes and wait for him to come back in the room. It takes roughly 2 to 4 minutes this, so I'm just going to skip. Here he comes. In fact, I can do the fuse box from here. I don't need him to even start the conversation. He'll come over and investigate.
System failure. I'll check it out.
Now the funny thing about this is we're going to be briefly introduced to Zaydan and then we're going to say goodbye to Zaydan.
That is General Reza Zaydan,
Was he?
keeper of the peace.
Up and running.
Hey! Oh. Target down. Move on to Klaus Strandberg.
There we go. Now we need to move pretty quickly because otherwise these two start to rotate and they will see us if one of them gets towards those stairs. So very quickly now. There we go. Okie dokie, and with that guy rotating, we just got to wait for his colleague to turn around. Oh, perfect timing. I mean it in a modest way or a humble way. I don't mean myself perfect timing, I mean perfect timing of the guards. Okay, now walking along here. We will need the toy tank for later as these guys are doing push-ups, but we will use another one of our coins to get past all these guys, tossing it over the truck.
Oh.
Important.
Go see what the hell that was. No problem.
Important note, by the way. If you throw the toy tank or a larger object, one that's larger than the coin, over the truck, you have a chance of hitting the truck. If you hit it, that will trigger the truck's alarm system.
Really?
Now in terms of leaving here, I could go in the way I came. Sorry, go out the way I came in, I should say. But instead, I'm just going to walk out the front door. Nobody mind me.
Excuse me, sir. This is a restricted area. I can't let you...
Yes. Then how did I just come from it? Anyway, so now on to part 2. The elimination of the Swedish banker, Mr. Strasberg. Now to get him, we have to be a bit more patient than we already have been. Now you're probably thinking, okay, so what do you mean? Well, I'm pretty much going to go in through the front door of the embassy. Well, a side door at the front. So we can see the protest is going on, bankers are cankers and all of that being shouted. There's a scripted conversation that goes on between two NPCs here, two civilians, about their parking of the lorry.
I know. I gotta be honest.
And in terms of getting in, so we walk over this fence and go in the door there, which the CCTV camera is over the top of. The guard rotates back and forth between two positions, where he is now, and a position over on the left towards the garage, where he has his back to us as he's smoking a cigarette and then stamps it out after a couple of puffs. The camera rotates back and forth over the door as well. So we're just going to wait for it to start its next rotation. Here we go. and the civilians to have walked away from behind us, which they have. Their scripted conversation is over. Camera is now at the halfway point. We go over the wall. Guard is on his second puff. Here we go.
You made it. Most impressive, 47. Now to locate Klaus Strandberg.
Okay, now in this garage area, there are a large number of guards. There's only one we need to worry about. And here's the guard currently working underneath one of the floodlights, which we are going to disable. The guard in particular is the second one crouched over, who's just got up to have a conversation with the one who was casually spotting us. To get the attention of Mr. Back Floodlight, we just simply turn off the generator and pick up a free hammer, which will be useful later on. Now, the nice thing about this one, as we're going to throw the little toy tank in, why not? Let's do something different. Is that nobody else will come to investigate the generator after you've taken this guy out. So that means you can take this guy out without him resetting the generator, if you're in a hurry. Oh, the tank brakes on him. I did not know that. I've never thrown a tank at someone. And now we just need to make our way across the parking garage to the embassy entrance. Noting this guy never gets up unless you give him a reason to. And with that guy having his back in the office, so he's back to us in the office, run across. Okay, now up the stairs we go. Getting our hammer out. Now we have another scripted conversation here. You can see two security guards. This guy always goes back to us. The one who approached him keeps on a patrol in and out of this room.
In case of a security breach, I hit the manual alarm button that triggers the evacuation.
Reported at the reception desk. That was Chloe Engstrom. Please go to the reception desk.
Okay. Now we need to eliminate these two guys to make our life a lot easier, because now we really do come into the world of patients. I cannot see the female who normally rotates that desk, so I am going to go for this. There's a civilian who normally rotates to mess around with one of the laptops, but if we pull this guy away just in time, there we go. Now his friend who he was talking to will come back very shortly. And when he does, he's going to sit in that chair. And if you're up against this wall, he can't see you because he focuses too much on his phone, from what I recall. So this is now all about just waiting for the guards to make their way in. Here he comes. And another guard is rotating around, so we'll come on to him in a second. Start with this guy. Let him sit down. Okay, so the woman we were on about has not rotated in yet. Oh, feck. That's what happens if you try to rush it, you make mistakes.
Anyone here?
Nope, you're just hearing things.
Please.
But also that's actually timed pretty well, because I think we would have run the risk of being spotted by the lady there on the laptop, so that mistake did pay off. She's only there for a brief moment as he goes to sit down again. Finish the coffee, dear. Oh, I've got some clumsy bludgeoning to do. And as he reclines there and the hammer's perched hilariously, okay. Just drag him away. He did look pretty composed there, if you're wondering. I wish you could get away with just having him sort of lay there or reclining there in the couch and people think he was asleep. It would be a nice little touch, but you can't have everything. That is a bit of blood on the couch. Yeah, okay, perhaps that was a bit rough. Okay. Now the nice thing about these civilians is, if you walk amongst them, they don't mind you being here. The only downside, do not run near them, otherwise it spooks them. And here's the CCTV room, which contains one guard at the moment and one guy who rotates in and out of the room as if he's got a mad urge to keep going in every 5 seconds. As we can see. So what you have to do is, the guy closest to us, currently going to our left, moves to have a look at the server blades, whilst the guy on the right is about to rotate back out of the room. We have to hit server blade guy on the back of the head with a hammer when this guy goes to rotate out. But this guy, Mr. Lefty, can always look over his left-hand shoulder every so often, and I believe he will bend over shortly. Okay, we have to back off of this one because that guard rotated around. And you'll note that she's panicking because we decided to run. And the guard's also gone up to the door as well. So this is where you have to keep an eye on
That was creepy.
the guard rotating around. Yes, it was creepy, dear. And the guy rotating around, who also walks in here every so often, he cuts through. And avoid spooking the civilians, plus deal with the CCTV. So it does take quite a bit of patience. As we can see, I can walk amongst these civilians and just stand next to them. Nobody's going to mind.
Report at the reception desk.
Now, if you're wondering why I can't just run round, there's a CCTV camera there that's going to spot us. Plus, there's a security guard who rotates down from the floor above. Plus, there's an army guard down the end. Plus, there's a security guard over on the left. Now really what I could have done with that guard spotting me is just walked around here and vaulted over the desk, because the civilians don't mind you vaulting over objects so long as you don't keep doing it. It's the same with crouching. They just sort of laugh at you the first time, but if you keep doing it, that raises suspicion. If you're wondering about the guard I was talking about in the left hand room, here he comes along. Now why am I not using, say, a coin or a hammer to try and pull one of the guards out of the room, or move one of the CCTV room guards a certain way in the room? Well, the difficulty is that you have a chance of triggering the other guards who are walking past, and you've got a very finite window with the guy who keeps rotating in and out. He's off the phone, so he's going to be moving very shortly. And in fact, if the fact he's just moving down, that guy walked in a little bit earlier, yes, this is good timing. Just make sure he's not coming around. Okay, now you have to be quick with this one. Pick everything up that he drops and move him into what is the northeast corner of the room. The reason I say that is because the peripheral vision of the guy who keeps rotating in and out is garbage. What it means is, he won't see you when you throw the hammer at him if you do it fast enough. If he starts to rotate or he spends more than about 5 seconds in the room, he will start to look to his right and he will see the body and he'll see you. Now we move these guys into the northeast corner, so that way there is no chance that they can be seen, because next we're going to be doing a bit of door play off of the eastern door, because I need to get rid of 3 individuals now. 2 of them are mandatory, the 3rd one's an optional, but I'd like to get them out of the way. That's number 1. Now to do this, I'm going to throw the screwdriver there. He starts to react. My hope is... Ah, no, that's not good. His colleague's rotating. And what you can see is they essentially create a line of sight down here, the 2 of them. He rotates inwards a little bit and then comes around. What you can do, because we've got some spare tools, is as he's starting to walk away, I can chuck the tool down again. Okay, here we go. Because I've still got the wrench. This is why having the tools is a very nice thing to do, because I've now got my 3rd and final tool, which I will use to get this guy. And once he's gone, that's one of the issues out of the way. Come on, turn around. Come on. Right, now of course I need to be fast, make sure I pick up the pistol in particular. And in fact I can dump him in the box, because I don't have to take out the guy down there if I don't want to. It just makes life... I don't want to conceal the item, I want to pick up the screwdriver. It just makes life easier. Now, whilst he's drinking his coffee, I'm going to start moving the soldier down here. Keeping in mind, I've also got to remember the guard who rotates around on that side, so looking across the corridor, he will keep going round as well. But as soon as I get the soldier down this hallway, while the other guard being on rotation right now, I should be golden. I say should because this can go one of many ways, this mission. I think he heard that.
Central, this is me. Something's going down. I'm having a look.
Just got to make sure the other one's not rotating right now. which I think he is, unfortunately. But we only used one tool to do all that, which is good. So he needs to finish looking at the flower pots. We're going to throw the screwdriver out to get the guard to come back this way, i.e. the soldier to come back this way. There we go. And prepare the wrench. Prepare the wrench! If you're wondering why I was panicking then, because I could see the grey blob on the minimap and I thought a civilian had gone there as well. Just to throw even more randomness into the mix. Now he should rotate. Just take it easy. Knock him out in the back of the head with a wrench. Then move his body. No need to rush. The guard's already done his rotation, so I can take my time. Perfect. Pick up the weapon, we've got ample time, move him into the box. Now these two done. And all my tools are reclaimed. Anything I will very quickly do whilst I've got a space is chuck this in it. Please. There we go. It's one thing I am a little bit annoyed at this game, that if you've got something in your hand and you can conceal it, it should automatically say, do you want to conceal this item, rather than anything else. Now that was good timing because that guard just came back. We'll just wait for him to go and we can make our way up into the second floor. I apologise, this has been very slow, but I have tried finding ways of rushing around this based on the approach I'm liking to take, and it's just been a case of a war of patience. But some missions in Hitman are like that. I remember in Blood Money there were some that were like that. Hammer at the ready. He's got to make his rotation, so we've got to wait for that to finish. Pardon me. 2A being the CCTV room, part 2B now being the elimination of the banker. Now to get up the stairs, I know there's some guards who rotate. I don't think anyone rotates down from upstairs though. Now we're going to be taking out Strasbourg on a corridor or a balcony, which is on our left here. Now to start off with, getting rid of one of the two guards out here, we can use the vacuum cleaner. As they come to investigate, we just simply hide in the box. And as he goes to turn it off,
And off.
we choke him out. Before putting the carcass in there. Well, it's not really a carcass, he's not dead. And there's a bin if we were to drop the pistol in there, but we'll do that in a minute. And then there's guard number 2. He will deal with in the exact same way.
Okay.
That's our means of getting his attention. We can't unfortunately use the whatchamacallit, the vacuum cleaner to get him to come over this way. The reason being he doesn't seem to hear it even when it's ridiculously close. So instead what we have to do is wait for him to turn around and then sneak up behind him. And I say sneak, I'll explain why we can't run. And as we can see, his colleague in the room can't see out of the sort of smudged window. Okay, and there we go. And the reason we can't run at this point is because if we run any of this, and I just want to make sure I've picked everything up. If we do decide to run this, the two civilians which are based right underneath us, plus the guard, will all react. And they will start to rotate around the map. And the civilians in particular rotate through the CCTV room. Which means the two bodies we stashed in the northeastern corner of the room, they'll get spotted. So what I'm waiting for now is Mr. Strasberg to rotate his way onto this balcony, because he's going to meet an interesting end. Much like the General, you can already guess what's going to happen. So we'll skip to that. Here he is. So what we do, we just simply start walking up to him. Give a little bit of space, that way he doesn't react to us.
Still no sign.
And we make his finances crash.
Both targets down. Now head towards an exit.
Wait for that guard to rotate past the door.
Attention all personnel. This is a level 4 security announcement. A terrible accident just occurred. Please stay calm as we investigate and do not discuss the incident with the outside world. Do not discuss the incident. We appreciate your cooperation and your understanding. Oh God.
Now if I had the key card, I could go down the stairs behind me, get into the garage and escape like that means, but instead I'm just going to take my time getting out of here because I don't have the key card. I can't remember where it is for the life of me actually, that's a good point. And don't tell me Mr. Security Man's bringing the body here. Ah, crap he is. Something I did not anticipate, I'll be honest with you. Okay, he's not bringing it in here. I don't know where he's taking that body then. Okay, well. Take it nice and easy. If you're wondering why I didn't anticipate the security guard, because I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually done this mission start to end all the way through. I've done practice segments of both kills, unlike the first two, which you've noted I practiced all the way through. So I didn't have the patience to do it all as a single run until today. Wait for him to finish rotating. Okay, in here we go. We'll play it safe. We will take the long way round because it's the safest option. Climb over this. We're literally going to take the route back that we came in by. It's the safest way. I could go through the tunnel, but then I've got to choke out a load of people. No silly button presses at this point, just take it easy. There's a guard there who seems to be looking down. No. He's rotated away. Now remember, I don't have to worry anymore about the CCTV camera, so this bit becomes a lot easier. I just got to wait for Mr. Guard to finish his ring. I could try running out there right now, but why rush? I'm done. Just got to take my time now. There we go, he's moved. Back over the wall. And now we can go for a simple jog. And we're just going to leave through the way we came into the map. It's been a fun mission. If anything, this has been my favourite mission to do so far, out of missions 1, 2 and 3. The reason being because you can't really exploit any of the opportunities that are available like I did in 1 and 2. Instead, I used the very basics of the headmaster key opportunity to get into the school grounds, but after that it's been a case of literally do it as you go along. as far as I'm aware that is. So I haven't done every opportunity. But if everyone looking at the TV, it's time to leave. Goodbye everyone. And now we have another cutscene.
Compromised, but I don't understand. There is no sign of forced entry, no alarms, nothing.
One of my people has gone missing in Johannesburg. A key bearer.
I wish I'd been informed. Still, the system demands 2 keys, and the rest are all accounted for.
Except for your late predecessors.
Cobb? But his plane went down over the Pacific. It was an accident.
Such was the conclusion at the time. Yes. People die, Mr. Fannin. Happens all the time, even to us. It seems like a conspiracy. Probably isn't. And yet, the failed coup in Morocco, the ether virus. Someone knows about us. There was a pattern and I failed to see it. Providence is under attack.
How much was there?
Money? Not money, Mr. Fannin. Information on all of our assets and operatives. Like you. Dig a trench, Director. And make it a deep one. Because none of you are safe anymore.
And there we go. Silent Assassin, suit only. Must admit, quite a tiring one as well, waiting for the guards to make their moves and try not to become impatient. But there's our rating, 2 targets eliminated. And, well, thank you for watching this episode. Next time, I believe we make our way to Bangkok in Thailand. Yep, we do indeed. But that's all for now. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, be sure to leave a like, comment or subscribe for future videos on my channel. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, all the best.